Good afternoon, Tolutoludo, the Lion of Newcastle. It's nice to have you here. I'm looking forward to having a wonderful conversation with you today.
Looking forward to talking to you as well. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so my first question for you today: how has your writing journey been in 2024? Should we be expecting any new books from you?
Yeah, I think 2024 so far it's been a year of mixed challenges. I've I ended the last year 2023 with some health challenges, and I think I picked up 2024 from where I ended 2023. So I've not really been writing anything this year. In terms of new books, I would say never, because I remember 2019 at the launch of Dead Cats Don't Meow in at the Leighton Field in Newcastle. I mentioned that if this were to be my last book, yeah. So, but now here we are, book 22. So I wouldn't close the door to a new book, but I would say fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll see what the future holds.
Sorry to hear about your health challenges. I hope it's nothing serious. And wow, book 22. If you've not been writing, how have you been keeping yourself busy?
Yeah, I've been very busy with work, finding joy with work, and yeah, I work within the UK financial services sector, to be specific, corporate compliance, and bringing it down to the granular details. I work within compliance testing and monitoring, so I found joy with that. I've also found joy in parenting, driving my kids down to their piano lessons, and just finding joy in the little things, spending time with family, and yeah. So I think that's really kept me busy this year, and I've also been attending workshops with the New Writing Notes in Newcastle to develop my creative practice. Yeah, so to develop it further, So I think that's just been the journey so far in 2024.
Wow. As a small press owner of the Roaring Lion Newcastle, what challenges do you encounter in running your press?
Yeah, I think running a press, I think it's more of, well, running a small press, it's kind of a thankless job. Like, you don't really get much, thanks for your efforts, for your investment, and all of that. Yeah, so I think as the name connotes, small press, so that means you have a small budget to work with, a small number of authors, and yeah. So I think, and apart from that, I think one of the major challenges is that, like I said, is more of like a thankless jobs. If your authors are doing well, making a lot of sales, they might have a feeling, oh, that maybe their percentage royalties is more. And if they are not making sales, when you send them their reports, they might not even get back to you to even say, oh, thank you for sending this across to me. So mainly, but as a publisher, whether you have authors who are making a lot of sales or who are not making much sales, you just have to keep doing your thing, keep pushing the boundaries, and yeah. So, but we just have to keep pushing. I remember I was telling one of my authors recently when they said, "Oh, you sent me the report, but I didn't even." At that point in time, I was feeling really low because I received the report from another press, and I didn't make sales and all of that. And I had to encourage my author to say, "Oh, don't worry. It's one of those things. Not every author will become a millionaire through book sales, and the fact that you are not making sales today does not mean like your book will not sell tomorrow." So apart from being a publisher, there are other times I would also act as a counselor, counseling people that I work with. That it's not the end of the world. You just have to keep pushing, and So I also try to, like, even authors themselves, they have to believe in themselves. Yeah, buy your own works too, because when you're expecting other people to like invest in your art, in your creative talent, then you also have to have that belief in your own talent. Buy your own books, sell to your own markets. And marketing is a joint effort. It's not just for the publisher alone to like, yeah. So it's not left alone for the publisher to like push the work. Everyone has a vital part to play in the process. So that would be like my encouragement to authors, to writers as well.
You recently released your first poetry chapbook, Voyage. What was the idea behind releasing a chapbook since you have always been known for writing full length poetry collections?
Yeah, so yeah, that chapbook came out on the 1st of January 2024, Voyage, and yeah, I tagged it a collection of love poems. It's quite a cheeky collection, and I think the idea was just like a random conversation with a younger sister of a close friend of mine, and yeah, so we were just in conversation, and yeah, that led to the birth of the chapbook. As a writer who tries a lot on spontaneity, a writer who tries a lot on writing about the human experience, I think that was just one that happened in that way. It was unplanned. So I never ever planned to say, well, I wanted to release a chapbook, but it just happened to be a chapbook, and yeah, it's been great so far. The reactions, the reviews have been mixed, but yeah, I'm happy I released that.
Should we be expecting more chapbooks from you then?
At this moment, I'm saying no.
Looking back at your exploits since you first released your first book back in 2017, how has the last 6 years plus, I believe, been for you?
Yeah, it's been alright. It's been good. There are times I think, or sometimes last week I was just digging back into my archives, and I was just reveling in how far I have come. And yeah, so I think it's been really good. The last 6 years plus, through my talent, I've traveled to places like where I would not have been able to travel to normally. My walks, my words, I've been to countless homes. I've received, rave reviews both from the local and international media. I've won multiple awards. I'm grateful for the gift of this talent. Life is fleeting, and I'm happy that in my own lifetime, my works have been, celebrated both in the UK and in my own country, Nigeria, and also all around the world. My books have been used as teaching resource in universities, you know, in universities in different parts of the world. Yeah, so I feel, and especially my own country, Nigeria. So I feel fulfilled, I feel accomplished, and I'm grateful once again for the gift of my talent.
What sort of reaction do you expect when people pick up your book? When they read your book, what reactions do you expect from them?
Yeah, because as a writer, I write a lot about the human experience. I write books that make people, I write my words, my books, they make people to think, to feel. Yeah, so I think that's a kind of, books that, that convey emotions for you to have that feeling that, oh, I've read something that impacted me in some way. So I believe that my words move people, either to, to laugh, to cry, just it just leaves you feeling, leaves you with some sort of feeling. Yeah, so I write mainly words that like convey emotions, deep emotions, leaving you thinking, feeling, and yeah. So I think that's the sort of thing I want my readers to feel when they read my books.
What are your plans for the future in relation to your writing and creative practice?
Yeah, so future plans basically it's all about like I would say, well, the future belongs to God and all of that. But in terms of my writing and creative practice, it's just all about, getting my works to the hands of more readers, developing my creative practice in the area of facilitation, and working with young people and young children in the communities, in local schools, and yeah, so just expanding the frontiers of my works. I believe now that I've done a lot, like you alluded to, 22 books in the last 6 years plus. So I'm not under any pressure to like release more books. So at this point, I'm like probably a semi-retired writer until until I announce the launch of a new book. Yeah, so yeah, so but I'm optimistic for the future, getting my works out there to more people, getting more critical acclaim in the local and international media, and just maybe traveling around the world, traveling around the world, taking my walks around the world, and maybe at some point being able to pivot away from my work within corporate compliance to full-time writing to full-time just working fully with my creative practice in the area of publishing, and also in the area of taking my work taking my work with young children and with children and young people, taking it to the next level.
It was really nice catching up with you, and I hope we get to chat someone some other time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can I have a loud roar like a lion? Roar!